Let's now get you some more perspective on that visit by Nigeria's president to the United States. I'm joined live from Lagos by Kola Onadipe. He's an international development consultant and a political expert. Kola, thank you for joining us on Africa Live. First off, what's your take on the meeting between President Muhammadu Buhari and Donald Trump?
Well, I'd like to analyze the meeting in two ways. First, as a businessman and a consultant. The details of the business aspect of it is not yet out, but what I can see and read is that one major aspect of it, which deals with the trade in terms of agric inflow, which President Trump really emphasized on. That looks a little bit awful to me, because if you look at it in details, one tends to see a lot of inflow from the U.S. As against the outflow from Nigeria, which incidentally is one of the major achievements of this government. I want to also look at it from a professional in politics. I tend to want to hear I hear some things that the president said, but I had a very good comment from President Trump, especially on the killing of Christians, which apparently is something that gives me a lot of worry as a Christian myself. So basically, that's the two aspects I will tell you that I have looked at the meeting in a way that whether we are satisfied with it or whether we are happy with it,
right.
It's a cross link now at this point.
After the bilateral meeting between the two presidents, though, they did hold a joint media conference where security and matters of economic issues were at the forefront. But during that news conference, President Trump spoke about several other issues like the DPRK and immigration, issues that affect the United States directly. Is there a sense, though, that Trump's meeting with Buhari was sidelined by some of those issues?
Well, yes, I did not hear too much pronouncement from the president on that. What Mr. Trump emphasized on was, and you know, the U.S. president, you always take opportunity for that, to hear his voice on the gains in DPRK. I think what I didn't hear from our president is to leverage on the immigration and prefer probably a joint consideration and solution to see how we can also curtail the movement of a lot of people into our borders, into the Nigerian territory. I didn't hear that, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. We will wait until the details come so that we can actually put a lot of I's and cross the T's here.
As we wait for those details, though, what can you say about the concrete outcomes of the meeting? Will we see America provide security and economic assistance to Nigeria, for instance?
Well, I think the issue of security has been dealt with, and President Trump, like I said, is the one that I hear most in most of the meeting. I hear him more than the president. But given that as it may, what I think is going to happen is that more equipment will flow in from America. But more than anything else, I think the economic issues has to be straightened, and it's a good thing for Nigeria in a way, because I know that Nigeria is in a vantage position between America and China, and a lot of issues are here. We know that China is doing a lot of things economically, infrastructurally in Nigeria, and we want to hear most of it. The other thing that I also saw along the line is the narrow gauge, which apparently was signed as an MOU by some advanced party to Mr. President's entourage, which in itself is a major issue. We are likely when I say we, I belong to a movement, not a political party. We are likely to look at all of these issues and make our strong case against a narrow gauge as what is happening with standard gauge. Standard gauge is what is novice all over the world. It is the in thing. Why should we, at this point in time in Nigeria history, we are now going back to a narrow gauge system, when in 38 years ago, the first electric train on standard gauge was built in Lagos by the first civilian governor. So we are looking at all of those issues, and we are going to make some kind of advocacy along that line towards the National Assembly.
Kola Onadipe joining me from Lagos there with that update. Thank you.